Hit me up, little shawty, hit me up. 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 Yeah. It's your boys. The boys are back in town. And this time with a damn near a full beard on them. I'm almost, I just got to get this right here to connect to this. And, Serizaku, it's real when you're getting side-eyed already, early in the game. Like, where you going with that?
Yeah.
Where you going with that? I'm like, look, I wash it every day, twice a day. We still packing it. This episode is dedicated to John. Get well soon. He end up, getting the CPAC, so get well soon.
Damn.
I know.
Yeah, I hope he gets well, man.
And then it was funny because yesterday I was doing the stream, and my sinuses started acting up. I was like, "What day?" I'm thugging through it. But E3 2021, man, this is that episode.
Let's do it. Been waiting on this one.
So we started off with Ubisoft. Now, Ubisoft did what Ubisoft do.
It was relatively a predictable show from them.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that Rainbow Six Outbreak Attraction looks pretty good. You got your regular games. You had your Just Dance, as expected. Rocksmith Plus looks actually pretty decent. Yeah, I mean, it was a mostly predictable effort from Ubisoft.
Mm-hmm.
They really didn't have nothing that made me go like, "Oh man, I got to buy this." But
yeah, I mean, you got the new what is it? The new Mario Rabbids, the Avatar game. We got more Far Cry stuff, more Assassin's Creed Valhalla stuff, more Watch Dogs stuff. Solid effort. Then we got Gearbox, which it was just like, matter of fact, we can just talk about Gearbox and Capcom. We ain't gotta talk about it in order. Gearbox, Capcom. Gearbox didn't really have nothing to show us for real. Couple, limited time events in Borderlands.
You might as well also fold Bandai Namco up in this one as well.
See, yeah, I didn't really see that much from Bandai Namco.
They showed off their new horror game.
Yeah.
With the premium edition, which comes with the statue of the monster that you're fighting.
I mean,
that was a mistake. Capcom didn't have shit. They was like, well, we got DLC come for it. You could have stayed at home and put that shit on Twitter.
Pretty much.
I feel like them dudes that's on Maury, that they girlfriend bring them there to tell them a secret, and then they like all surprised when he fucking pissed off. It's like, babe, you could have told me this shit at the house.
Pretty much.
Because them 3 panels made me just go like, y'all could have stayed home.
Matter of fact, they could have just had that in between like the Microsoft and the PC thing and call it a night.
Yeah, but they straight up had a 2-hour pre-show for a 15-minute event.
Yeah, they really didn't show nothing, and it was just like,
for y'all to come out here and have a 2-hour pre-show panel for a 15-minute show. Shit, I could have done something else with my time.
Oh,
now Microsoft. Let's get into it with them.
Yeah, Microsoft, they hit a home run.
They came out here. They showed all stuff.
We came to play. We ain't come to talk no more. This is just game after game after game. I'm like, dang, I'm driving listening to it, right? And when they got to Battlefield, know that ain't an Xbox game, but I pulled over, watched it, rewound it, watched it again, came back home, put it on the TV, watched that mug again.
Mm.
Then I went to sleep, got up on the way to work. I watched that bad boy again. And I was like, oh, Sea of Thieves. Had no inclination to play it.
Came
And
out there.
I already told L, I said, well, let me ask Serizaku. This is a game we can all play. We hurry. We got a week. We can get everything we need. You know? Um, Yakuza Like a Dragon, they ticked me off. Its own Game Pass, but you know,
Mm-hmm.
what can you do? Um, what else, man? It was so much that they showed. Now Halo kind of had me like,
I'm a little bit worried about it. Like, I don't know if that's not that ain't a day one.
now. I mean, it's on Game Pass, so I ain't, that's the
You ain't
beautiful.
you can't even get mad because it's on Game Pass,
Yeah,
but
it's like we gonna play
still,
it. We gonna play it, and
I don't know.
now the
I play the fuck out
multiplayer,
that.
hey, that was the main criticism they were saying about the story in five. I didn't have that big of a story problem with the story in five. I just didn't finish it, and but the multiplayer was what I had a problem with because the beta was
Yeah,
cool. We got it, and it was like, well, what is this? And I'm a late Halo bloomer. And then when the Master Chief collection came out, I was like, oh well, shoot, I can't play this. This mug keep on crashing. Come back, they
definitely.
fix it. By that time, I'm heavy on the PS4 because at first I was playing mostly Xbox stuff before Game Pass. I was on there. I was playing. Um, what was I playing? I was playing some stuff on there. Serious. I was playing some stuff. And basically, like I was playing Sunset Overdrive, I was playing Rise, I was playing a lot of Forza. I was playing some stuff on my Xbox now, and the Xbox games with gold was actually pretty decent.
Yeah,
So, I'm over here playing them, and then Game Pass comes. See, the problem with Game Pass, as much as I love Game Pass, it could be a little overwhelming at times. It's like Netflix. I be on there like scrolling, scroll.
yeah.
I'm download that, download that, download that. But that's a good problem to have. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? That's a good problem to have. And nobody is mad.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody is mad. And so then they doubled back and they got, my boy Parris Lily from Gamer Tag Radio, he hosting the extended. They said, we not done. Hold up, stop. Wait, hold on. We got a whole nother 2 hours to show you some more. Oh, we didn't show y'all Hellblade? My bad. We got you. Don't even get mad. Don't look, we got you. We know you want to see some more Forza. And then they came out of nowhere with my favorite game, Forza Horizon. They gave us part five. And I was just sitting there like, oh, so not only did Xbox say, okay, we are not only gonna give y'all the most bang for your buck, we also finna start doing stuff with creators of color. And they got my man out here front and center on this type of stuff don't happen. I just want to stop right here before we get to the rest of it because this type of stuff just don't happen. I don't know what I think that's a thing because we on this show we pride ourselves in independence and not working as close because we want to have objective opinions. And I feel like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I feel, I feel good about it, but it also raises some questions.
I mean,
You
I
know?
only had one problem, and that was that
Uh-oh,
with the
wait a minute,
show.
wait a minute, Serizaku. Come right back, cause look, them people is on the line. You sound a little bit Darth Vadery.
All right, hang on.
All right, you gonna play a commercial real quick, y'all. Check
Okay.
out CMW Hayes' new video. Just do it right now.
While others quit, stayed on our shit. The time is now. Notice on the door, landlord trying to kick me out. Back against the wall, I still keep a smile. Do it. Do it. Do it. Just do it. Whatever it is, do it. Do it. Do it. Just do it. Whatever it is, do it. Do it. Do it. Just do it. Whatever it is, do it. Do it.
And okay, so we back.
Yeah, only problem I had with the show, honestly, was we wouldn't have been there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the reason why I'm asking you this question, because a couple weeks ago, and we talked about this on the show, but with Hip Hop Gamer, he had made a video, and then he was on David Jaffe about inclusion as far as Black creators. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like, excuse me, some of the creators on the forefront, like with me, it ain't no problem. I know how to, code switch and do things like that. I just want to put a pause on that because we got Paris on the extended thing. I got it playing in the background just to kind of see, how like the difference. And I guess, if you want to, I mean, we can have all the numbers in the world, like I guess it would have to be undeniable to where they would reach out, and they do mess with a lot of creators. I seen the Black Hokage was on BET this week as well, like in the middle of E3 and everything else like that. He was shouting out a lot of Black creators. So BET also, because I'm thinking that now a lot of Black kids um want to be streamers and YouTubers and stuff now. So you're starting to see the people that have been on the front lines, the Vicious, the hip hops, now the Black Hokages, people like that who have sizable followings. You're starting to see, the bigger corporations kind of stopping and saying, we need to include some of these creators because we're going to have to at some point, because there's a few of them that have a lot of pull and have a lot of have a lot of pull and have a lot of influence, that we're going to have to allow some of them on the platform. But my issue is, who is it going to be? And it's like a person like hip hop who has broke a lot of news and has done a lot in the culture, he doesn't get the respect because he may speak a certain way or act a certain way or whatever. Whereas Vicious is very, very, you know, I would say a corporate darling as far as being a Black content creator. Like, you wouldn't know if he's Black based on his voice. He's got a very radio voice, and that's my only cause for concern. Um, because like Black Hokage on BT, he was still relatively himself. He wasn't cursing and doing the stuff he was doing on his show, but you know how Black Hokage is versus a Vicious. You know what I'm saying? You know the difference, and that's my question is, are more and more creators gonna have to go down that lane? Because if I say I want to, start developing a relationship with Xbox or a relationship with Nintendo or a relationship with PlayStation, do I now need to change myself for the audience that for this new audience, so that I could get the access, so that I could do the things that Vicious is doing. You know what I'm saying? On the broader scale, because like I said with BET and Black Hokage, while I saluted that, I shared it. Um, that's very much our people. But with this, you have to talk a certain way, be a certain way. Um, even the way that they do, gamer tag radio and podcast unlocked and stuff like that is very, very, very structured in a way that it kind of X's out a lot of people. And so basically what I'm saying is to you, Serizaku, is folks gonna have to quit, they gonna have to leave the hood persona or they regular persona and kind of code switch to start broadening their appeal. Cause from what I seen in them comments, and I was very, very upset, was you had a lot of white gamers on the David Jaffe hip hop gamer interview I'm talking about. You had a lot of white gamers that were upset that David Jaffe would put hip hop gamer on. You know what I'm saying? And people in hip hop, he has his ways and stuff like that, but it's undeniable what he's done for our culture and has kicked in a lot of doors, along with Paris. But I feel like hip hop was able to let people be them. He created a lane folks to be themselves. So that's my whole gist of. But do you think that you're gonna have to pick a lane? Either you're gonna make safe content, like if we did the show, we just said, we're gonna clean the show all the way up and we're gonna do the show this way. When we on curves, we gonna be cracking jokes. We just do it just like this, where we just talk about the news and give our takes and stuff like that. And we might crack a joke here and there or whatever, but it's very, very safe. It's very clean. It's very, we up the equipment and everything else like that. But we got to make a choice. So how you feel about that?
I mean, me, I'm not gonna change who I am. This is who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And some people are like, well, I gotta tone it down to get, this or that. I'm like, do you honestly think that, people toning it down is gonna get anything? I'm like, I don't feel that, if I dial it back, I mean, I don't know, man. I really can't dial it back. It's like this is just who
Who
I
you
am.
are? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I only mentioned dialing it back just a little bit on the language, but not who you are. Not okay. Here, ladies and gentlemen, we're here today. It's Beatz Podcast, and welcome everybody to the show. Serizaku, how you doing? And then you be like, hi, and then or what's up, and it's like it's very, very monotone and very, very safe. We just ain't finna do that. Like we're going to be ourselves, and I just feel like we shouldn't have to change who we are to get access for these companies because, and I also feel like until we starting to see it because, like I said, they wouldn't have put Black Hokage on. They wouldn't have put Black Hokage on the show on BT if black kids and black folks aren't taken into streaming as much as they are now. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to see the trend because a lot of people, shout out to Torrance Davis, we had him on the show a couple months back. He had commented and said that most black children aspire to be artists and athletes. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And
Because that's what we push
until it
towards.
exactly until it becomes cool for you to be a content creator or streamer, then you know what I'm saying, like, and that leads me into this other side topic before we get back to the rest of the Microsoft show. Because I want to talk about the Starfield and the Bethesda stuff now. DDG, right? You know, DDG he got the moonwalking with the Calabasas song. He was you know, a YouTuber. He would do skits and stuff like that, and then he started rapping, and he got a couple. He got a hit. So yesterday he got on Double XL, or actually Wednesday. Y'all watching this on Friday. Wednesday he got on Double XL freshman list, and he said he quit YouTubing to become a rapper. And everybody went off on him because it's like you can do both. You know what I'm saying? But he wants to fully commit to being a rapper. Why? And I gotta be honest, I like the Moonwalker with the Calabasas record, but there has been no other record really other than the one with Corey Lay could be a hit, but I just feel like I wouldn't quit my day job to chase being a rapper.
Yeah.
Because why would you chase basically you being you this got you to be able to be a rapper. He signed a deal, I think, and it's like, why would you give up your independence and built this up and you made this hit and you did all of this stuff? Why would you give that up to then basically become an employee? You know?
Yeah.
Now I can see maybe you got 2 or 3 number 1 hits, and Moonwalker with the Calabasas, it was a decent hit, but it didn't chart high enough. It felt like it charted high enough because we heard it so much. Everybody named Mama was doing TikToks and Instagrams and everything else, and you couldn't go nowhere without hearing that. Them, you couldn't hear it without hearing that guitar.
Yeah.
So, how you feel about this, sir? Like, because it kind of reinforces what I was just saying. Like, I guess people don't take YouTubers seriously like that.
I mean, he decided to basically quit that to go and chase whatever he wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as he can live with his decision of what he chose to do, I don't see a problem with it. Like, obviously, he's okay with it. This is what he wanted. This is what he wants to do, so he's doing it.
Okay.
But he also can't sit up here and be like, well, things ain't working out for me anymore, and I want to come back. Yeah, you might be able to, because remember, some doors is only open so long.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what he's chosen to do. So either he's going to be successful at it, or he going to need to find another day job.
Yeah. This is facts. This is facts.
I mean, I'm hoping he'll be a success because, you know, I hope that, you know, he makes it in some capacity or whatever. I'm hoping he does. Because I'm not one of these people that sit up here who, oh, well, you know, I'm a wish for this person to fail. No, I don't do that shit. That just brings bad karma. You don't want that.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
I hope he does well, but I hope he also has a backup plan just in case.
The facts. But it just raises the question, like it further reinforces that point that Torrance made that, you know, a lot of us want to grow up being rappers, and it's like I know for a fact that he's making more money as a YouTuber than he probably did rapping. Let's just be honest. Like, but he wants to be in that limelight. He dating Ruby Rose, which, you know, she's an IG model or whatever, and she's deciding to rap, you know. But
if whatever he wants to do, so I hope he's a success at it. But as always, have a backup plan.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully he's saving his money. So now I want to jump back into the Xbox thing. with the buffet with Starfield. Starfield,
I mean, Elder Scrolls in Space.
yeah. We didn't really get that. We didn't get no gameplay for it because it's supposed to come out next year. I'm thinking it's gonna come out 2023 when there's more Xboxes. But well, actually, no, it's gonna come out next year because they put a release date on it. So
A
they
lot
think it
of a
might.
lot a lot of games are having to come out for PS4 and Xbox One now because the shortage is continuing.
Mm-hmm.
Because like they showed off plenty of games out here.
But that and Flight Simulator are going to be Xbox Series X console exclusives. Now we're going to be able to play. The good thing about it, though, we're still going to be able to play next gen games via XCloud. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like the Xbox One won't be left in the dust because we got XCloud.
Yeah.
So that raises an interesting thing with Starfield was announced to be on PlayStation. It was announced to be on both of the next gen consoles before they actually were
Mm-hmm.
announced. And basically, the Bethesda CEO came out and he was like, "Yo, I'm sorry. I ain't nothing else I could really say. We made this decision. This is what they wanted. They gave us a lot of money. So how you feel about that?"
I mean, PS5 is getting Deathloop.
Yeah, but it was
Xbox
almost
ain't.
like they kind of like just pushed that off to the side. Like we ain't even talking about that no more. Like you know, they delayed it so it wouldn't be in the middle of because it should have came out now. I feel like they delayed it because Xbox told them to delay it so
Mm-hmm.
that what I'm saying it wouldn't on the news site because for real it should have came on out and it would have made a big splash on the PS5 and it would have bolstered you know Ratchet. It would have held up Ratchet alongside the Integrate DLC for Final
Yeah.
Fantasy. It would have held it up. So I don't know no more. Like I feel like they playing whatever other PS5 game they got. It's gonna probably be shuffled off to the side, and I'm worried, for the PS5 version because it's gonna come out on Xbox, like a year or two after.
Probably.
Yeah.
And I
So
mean it's just the thing with the Xbox Series X because they own Bethesda. Bethesda
yeah.
gonna have some of their games come out for both systems. Doom is gonna come out for both systems. Wolfenstein gonna come out for both systems. Um, Fallout is gonna continue to come out on every damn thing under the sun because that's money. If they just
Mm,
go down to one system, your shit ain't gonna go up. People just gonna go playing the old ones.
yeah. But see, yeah, I see Fallout being a cross gen game, and Elder Scrolls being a
You're
cross
gonna
gen
have to
game.
because it's too much money that you will lose if you continue to do one system only shit.
Yeah.
So it's just not worth it.
Yeah, I mean that right there got me thinking like, what else is gonna be exclusive on Bethesda? Like, are they gonna move everything over there? Is it everything? Because that would be a power move to
It
make
will
people.
it would be a power move, but they wouldn't get as much money from it because everything under Microsoft always goes to PC now.
Yeah,
So like
pretty much.
you putting Doom strictly on PS5 on Xbox Series X. People ain't gonna buy it. They're just gonna go on PC and get it.
Hmm. Pretty much. So, what else happened,
It's
man?
too much money for them not to fuck all that up. Let this you can keep some of your exclusives, but you also still need to make deals that make sense and keep you making money.
Mm, like, um, man, that Xbox show kind of just it took my breath away.
It
You
was
know what I'm saying?
a really good presentation that they had, but then we got the Square Enix presentation like right after.
Square Enix,
Stranger on Paradise, Final Fantasy Origins. I played the demo.
I was gonna ask you about that. So
It's good. Here's my problem. The partners you got is fucking useless. But for what I played of it, it seemed good. You know, I'm like, at first I was like, man, I'm a little disappointed. This motherfucker only gonna be on PS5. Check online, see what it's gonna be on.
yeah,
Oh, it's gonna be on everything under the sun. I ain't even worried no more. I'm like, okay, I'll buy this.
The trailers, and forgive me, y'all. Like I said, this sinuses is like, it's like right now I got a little Mac beating up my nostril right now. So, but we gonna thug it out. But no, like that's gonna keep happening. The Square Enix thing, it was cool, but I
guarantee you, Final Fantasy VII Intergrades Intermission DLC, that shit will be available in about 6 months.
Yeah. It just that one kind of disappointed me. Square Enix disappointed me. It didn't disappoint me on the level of the other three we talked about, but it kind of disappointed me because I wanted to see some, maybe some Kingdom Hearts.
Final Fantasy 1 through 6 is getting some ports for Steam and shit. I'm like, oh, thank God. I was like, fuck yeah, like I can buy these. I'll buy these. I don't care.
And they on mobile phones too. They already had,
yeah.
9 on. I was just wanting to see, like, at this point, I want to see like a Final Fantasy Legacy collection with all the games on it up until now. Like, hell, I'll pay $100 for it.
Yeah.
All the 13s, $100 for it, then, a pass for, I mean, we're not going to be playing well, they could do 11 remastered and do some server updates for it, and then keep 15 going. Just a year pass for that, for both of those. With all the games on it, like we got it for Kingdom Hearts. I feel like with Kingdom Hearts 2, like I didn't finish it yet, but I know, kind of what happens, and I feel like where they're going with that, it could be good. We just need to see what they're gonna do with that. I don't like what they did with Hitman. They let IO go, which was kind of stupid to me, which they really didn't. I feel like they really didn't nurture the franchise.
No. They really the fuck did, and they was like, look, we got this franchise, it's gonna make us some money. And then when it wasn't performing it the way they wanted it to, we're gonna cut y'all loose. We're not really finna, promote it for real. We're not finna do shit with it. We just gonna do whatever the fuck we want to do with this and get the fuck done with it.
And I'm wondering, where was EA and Sony at?
They gonna be over at Summer Games Fest.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot. And then we did see Battlefield, so that is technically an EA game. So,
I mean, EA really don't gotta show off much because we know what we fucking finna get for the rest of the year. We gonna get Madden 22. We gonna get FIFA 22, NHL 22. I mean, it would be a shock if they did NBA Live 22, but we probably ain't finna get that. I mean, I'm mostly looking to see what 2K is going to do.
Yeah, because they had some roundtable discussion thing that didn't make no damn sense.
I'm looking to see what they're gonna do. I'm looking to see who gonna be on the cover of WWE 2K22, but I'm gonna have to probably watch Raw or SmackDown or NXT for that. Yeah. I'm mostly looking forward to what's this NFL game from 2K gonna be. Yeah, they really don't have too terribly much that I really care about, unless they finna bring back World Series Baseball 2K. I'm gonna be like, oh shit, yeah, y'all got to get to work the show. Other than that, I mean, Sony don't got to do shit for real. Because they got something coming next week at the Summer Games Fest. Now, what's the show? Thinking of it, like Nintendo. They came out here and they popped Kazuya in. I was kind of like,
yeah,
man, all right.
You got one more character. So
I swear to God, if it's fucking Waluigi and the goose don't steal his invite to give it to Shantae or somebody else, I'm just gonna scream.
I mean, you gotta start the campaign. Put the goose on for the last character. You gotta hurry up and do it.
Shit, I've been saying that for months, like Goose for Smash on Twitter.
We gotta get the people behind it.
I mean, you know, they showed off a new cruising game because I'm like, and it's got 4 players.
That's a
motherfucker! I need to go get some fucking bagel bites, some Kool-Aid, and get like 3 of my friends come over. We fuck around looking up like, why the fuck is it 2 a.m? We just had bagel bites. Yeah, but we was playing cruising. Mario Party Superstar looks really good. I'm like looking forward to that one. Another game that I am looking forward to, Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp.
Man,
I fucking I literally piped up so fucking. I was like, fuck yes. Sitting at work, I'm like, oh man, we got new Advance Wars coming. We got 1 and 2 remake being done. It's like, then we got Fatal Frame 5 coming to Switch. Honestly, I'm like, Nintendo came out here and they were like, oh, we got Breath of the Wild 2. Okay, we knew that was happening. We got Legend of the Skyward Sword next month. Okay.
Man, hold on. Metroid Dread though.
I was just about to say that. I was like, Metroid 5.
Yes, Lord.
And then I was like, oh shit. This is the sequel to fucking Fusion. And it's like, I already know what's gonna be one of the unlockable costumes. It's gonna be the Fusion outfit. It's got to be.
Pretty much.
And you know, they showed the amiibo for it. I'm like, all right, let me go ahead and get this money ready. Let me go ahead and do this.
As soon as they put it up for pre-order, like I was this close. I said, you know what? I'm gonna let my Nintendo membership lapse. I'm gonna go ahead and give them the $20, and I'm gonna give them the $30 for the Fight Pass too.
And then, like honestly, like Nintendo came out here and it was like, yeah, we not bringing Pokemon down here. We'll deal with that shit later. We're not bringing, you know, F-Zero or what's name back yet. But I'm like, I'm a little disappointed. But you're giving me back Advance Wars, so that needed a much
Super
needed shot.
Remastered because that last Super Mario Ball was trash.
Yeah,
they could have kept that, but they came back with the remaster of the first 3. I said, okay, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, WarioWare with 2-player co-op. I'm like.
Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Yeah.
I was just sitting there. I'm sitting there watching it. I was saluting the TV every time they kept doing. You know,
I was hoping and praying to God.
You know how the pastor, like the deacon, be standing behind the pastor. He going in and he just like,
yep.
You know what I'm saying? Then he get closer and closer, and he just get the. That was me to Nintendo. You know,
I'm like, Nintendo could have walked in front of me with a collection plate, would have got all my money.
I mean, hey, they came to play. Then they said, "Oh, we not done. We gonna be here for a couple hours. So I hope you got your Zuzus and Wham Whams already ready. You got your Uber Eats on the way."
And then they showed off No More Heroes 3.
Oh man. Woo. Hey.
You know what? And then people was like, well, where's Bayonetta 3? And the lead creative developer was like, man, quit bothering me with that shit. I'm like,
we working on it.
Dude, you've been working on it. You've been working on it for years. And my inner Majin Buu came out and I was like, produce.
I want them to get it right because they got a lot of stuff.
I want them to get it right, but they need to show me a little something because I'm standing here cracking my neck like Majin Buu. Produce.
Pretty much.
Because I'm like, you can't be asking me to show you some faith when you ain't shown me shit. You say you working on it, but my pockets is empty and I'm hungry.
Pretty much.
So I'm like, Bayonetta 3, you need to show me something.
You keep lying to us if you want to. But.
You can tell me that you working on it till you're blue in the face, but produce. Show me something. Some images, a release date, a release window, something. Inside the voice actor studio, I don't care, something, but you need to show me some faith. Because without faith, I am nothing. Without me, you're fucked, okay?
So, man, they talking about E3 might be digital and physical next year. I really don't. I'm gonna just tell you, since I went, it ain't working no more. I'm gonna just say this.
And Summer Games Fest is like finna be like damn near all the way to the middle of fucking July.
And I feel like they could start maybe get with PAX or something like that because I would rather.
They gonna have to do something because like these last couple years have either been really, really good
or really, really bad
or just outright terrible. And honestly, last year was kind of mid. This year was like, okay, only really like 3 of y'all showed up to actually do any work. Cause like the rest of y'all just showed the fuck up and collected a check. Y'all phoned that shit in harder than, a phone sex worker, all right? And that's her job. Her job is to phone it in and charge you 89 cents for the first 3 minutes and then fucking $3 after that.
Hey, I mean, I'm just at a place where, because game conventions are different than, like, say, anime conventions or even film conventions. Like, they have to do something to entice people to come back and really do something.
I mean, depending on how the Summer Games Fest goes, like, if the show turns out to be complete shit, I think E3 will be all right. But if this next week, when Sony starts opening their mouth, and Sony just comes out hit after hit after hit, going Mike Tyson.
Yeah. They're going to have to come with it, and I feel like
E3 will be,
a thing of the past.
Going the way of the dinosaur.
Basically. But that's the digital aspect, though. I feel like we need a revamp as far as game conventions, because even with PAX, it's like it should be literally a huge, like a part of the concourse at the convention center where there is nothing but booth set up for the big games. Like Spider-Man did it the best out of any game I seen. They had a 15-minute demo. You got to walk up, you got to play the demo, and after you play the demo, you you know you got out the line. You can stand there, Spider-Man, take pictures. There was a statue of Spider-Man that gave you a daily bugle, like a fake daily bugle or whatever, that basically showed like certain points in the game or whatever, but not spoiling it too much. And that was the perfect setup. But all the other booths was crap. The Smash Brothers booth, as many as they had, they could have got rid of, like, let's go Pokemon, let's go Pikachu, let's go Eevee. Let people play Smash. Like, then they had like it was so cramped. It was like, and then you go over to the South Hall and it was like open spaces. Like, it was, they packed the West Hall so much. The South Hall, they could have moved Nintendo over there and let them have it. And it was just like, this ain't the E3
Yeah.
that it used to be. You know what I'm saying? But thank God I got to go. You know what I'm saying? And experience it. It was still
Like
a decent show.
like it was just this year was some mid.
Yeah. I mean, we had two heavy hitters, but as far as overall, it was
It
me.
was very mid. Like, and I
Right.
blame them for allowing people to like have fucking panels that they didn't have no business having panels. Like,
Yeah. But I
what's the
think they
name?
wanted to get Capcom.
Capcom, Bandai Namco. Uh, they shouldn't have had no panel.
And let me say this too to the E3 people, right? Well, they had Anita Sarkeesian on the damn inclusion in gamers panel, along with the brother from EA that we know, who, we know that brother. He I think he just came out and said that, he was you know, part of the LGBT community, like the brother who like revitalized Madden, and I forget his name. He put all the black characters
Look.
in there, but
It really didn't matter to me because like I tried watching it, and I'm like,
not
this was
anybody
not.
but her. Like, and
Here's my problem with Anita Sarkeesian, and this is actual valid criticism. She wants to say whatever she wants to say, and then cut off her comments. She lives and breathes in her own echo chamber,
pretty much,
and that is a problem. You can't speak for nobody if you're gonna be the only one in the fucking echo chamber, okay?
and it's just really she did, and that's my thing with the brother
And
coming on. I mean,
she talks down to people. I'm like, you cannot be this voice of unity when it's you talk down to motherfuckers, all right? Like,
exactly. And then with that brother from EA, I mean, I know I didn't know.
I swear to you, man. Like, if
Well, go ahead. We gonna do
I'm
it one
sorry,
at a time. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, but like, I swear, if she was ever like, on a panel, and like, even if I didn't pay money for it, I'd be like, I want my money back. But you didn't pay for it, I want my money back.
Yeah.
Because I'm
I
not
mean,
finna be lectured at, and I can't make a fucking rebuttal.
and she really just did this for the money, and the fact that they were potentially gonna have her as a guest is like a slap in the face of all gamers.
Yeah,
And really, I didn't know that brother who worked for Matt. I forget his name. I just was watching him on High Score. Shout out to that brother who working at EA and revitalized man and put. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he just now came out to let people know. Which I'm all for living your truth. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that he made Madden NFL what it was, because even at the time of you had Bo Jackson, OJ Simpson, Who else? Michael Strahan. You know, in the late early 90s, late 80s, that period of time when Madden debuted, and then you started to have you know
Deion
um
Sanders.
you know all of them.
That dude is a badass. He literally walked into a fucking team when they told him, "Hey, we gonna sign you because we got the 10th spot. We gonna sign you." He literally told them, "Man, I am way too good to get drafted at number 10. I'm going at a higher position," and left. And
Yeah,
proceeded to get drafted at like number like fucking 5.
yeah, yeah. But I'm saying like we had them, and at first EA and Madden didn't include them in the game. So this brother um who basically came, and I forget his name off the top of my head, y'all. So forgive me, brother, forgive me. He came in and made sweeping changes to Madden, and pretty much stood up for a lot of black athletes. You know, he's one of the first people in the games industry, and then period, to stand up for black athletes because they were the ones leading the league. You know, outside of like your Brett Favre, your
Mm-hmm.
Peyton Manning, Eli Madden, um, Tom Shady. But all of them. Well, no, Tom Brady. I gotta give him to him because he did
He
help
the
old
goat.
boy
He the
Antonio
goat.
Brown. Gotta give him a shout out for that. Um, you know, you had brothers out there that were getting represented, and I forever love that brother for that. I'm never gonna
It's
bash
just
nobody.
that like
You can't. You just can't stand. I understand living your truth. I understand telling your story. I'm here for that. And honestly,
well
I just don't
here's
care.
it
Go
was
ahead.
my
Go ahead.
thing. My issue was just Anita Sarkeesian
Yeah,
being here.
and
And I'm
you
like,
standing next to Anita Sarkeesian. That's the big problem because she is using your plight,
to
first of
further
all,
her agenda.
for her agenda. You know what I'm saying? She's using women's rights, that plight. She's using the LGBTQ community plight. She's using the old antiquated violence and games plight.
Yeah.
And she's not really even a real gamer. She took all of everybody's money. She didn't produce what she said she was gonna produce. And this is just a jug for her. So the fact that them people on that panel, and I feel like I'm tempted to get on the kind of fun because I don't know if Greg was hosting that, but I want to kind of hear what his stance on that is but he might not answer that now because he didn't got he got the host, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to mess up people's jobs. And that's kind of ties in what I was saying earlier is that once you get to that level, and I know that they went through hell, you know what I'm saying? And I know they probably glad because of everything that's going on with IGN. You heard with the whole Palestine thing that happened in
Mm-hmm.
Israel thing. They was going back and forth with that a few weeks ago. That was a big
I
thing.
was
So
like, I like what? You really thought IGN was gonna really back their people? Like, fuck no. They like, we not finna fuck with our money.
I mean, but like I
It is
said,
IGN is all about money. They have always been about money.
pretty much. And so
So for them workers being all shocked that they was like they made us take our article down.
yeah,
Well, yeah, because they not finna fuck with their money.
yeah. I mean,
Would you let someone fuck with your money
n-
because of their personal feelings? Fuck no,
no,
you wouldn't.
no. And but see that goes into another discussion. Are these big corporations, are they going, because you heard what happened with the Olympics, right?
Yeah.
And not just with the Olympics, but in games, because we had the whole thing with old boy who was I don't know if he was Counter Strike But he came out and was spoke about the Chinese protest, and then they banned him. It was League of Legends, I think. League of Legends or Dota 2, one of them games where they pretty much banned him from wearing a t-shirt saying, I'm siding with my people. Now,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? They came back and was like, we're gonna lessen the ban.
It's like this, and they probably because and this I gotta kind of blame schools for this shit. Growing up, we were told to read The Grapes of Wrath,
Mm-hmm.
and most motherfuckers they didn't really read it for real because the story presents things at the end that make a whole lot of sense that don't just work back then but are still relevant to today.
Mm-hmm.
There is a price to pay for doing what you think is right. What you think you're gonna be able to do whatever the fuck you want, like wearing a t-shirt that says "I'm standing my people" on a fucking esports stage? No, they're gonna tell you you need to get him the fuck off stage right now because if you don't, the ad revenue they're gonna leave.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
The
just
sponsors they're gonna go, and it's just that, and it's like people gotta think about this shit before they start doing shit. It's like, yeah, you might support or you might be against something, but you need to really take a look around before you fuck up your money, because you can fuck yourself complete up out of a job.
Yeah, I mean, it just pains me though that, like I said, with Anita, she could have this platform, and these other people can kind of sit on this platform, and they kind of amen it, where somebody actually is standing up for some things, and then they get took down. So it's sad. I mean,
Yeah.
so then you got to ask yourself. It's just like I asked myself as far as the vlogs. I came back with the vlogs this week. I did a couple of them, but I came at it from a different perspective. It's like I'm going to, do what I was doing instead of like at first where I had stopped at, which I just didn't like. I didn't like going in on rappers. I didn't like talking about rappers killing each other and this, that, and the third. So I had to reinvent myself,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm kind of critiquing more. Now the
Yeah.
Voice Walkers video, I know it kind of came off a little harsh or whatever. But I'm back doing them, and I'm gonna probably do one on the Capcom thing a little bit more in depth. But now that we kind of unpacked it, I kind of see why. But it's
Mm-hmm.
just like I want E3 to don't like. I see why Jeff Keighley pulled away. I see why certain people pulled out.
Because here's the problem. How the fuck do you have a 2 hour pre-show for a show that only lasts 15, 20 minutes?
See, they're not thinking. That's all it is. They're not thinking.
They doing the shit that they always been doing. And people gonna look over here at Summer Games Fest and they're gonna see that, oh shit, they actually having full on presentations and shit. Whereas Capcom had a 2 hour pre-show to a 20 minute presentation that was almost kind of blinking you miss it. So I
And what
mean,
they showed, to be fair, like it wasn't bad because I've
it's
been doing
just
it.
there was 2 hours of hype
For
for a cup of
15 minutes.
coffee. For a cup of coffee.
Yeah. And I feel like when maybe they saving some of some of Game Fest because maybe that's same
Maybe.
thing with SquareEnix and stuff like that. They may not be showing everything. And I feel like SquareEnix, I forgot to mention, the kudos to them and Eidos for the Guardians game, making
Yeah.
that single player. They listen. And I mean, when y'all finally get Avengers and we can start playing Avengers is that game. It's like some of those games that we used to play, like Fur Fighters, or I would say the original Marvel Ultimate Alliance. No, not Marvel Ultimate Alliance. X-Men Legends 1 and 2. Like that's where I put in that same vein. And it's only really good because I played Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 and I felt the same way, even though it was more there and the story was longer. Those type of games you need to play with somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like that Diablo is getting multiplayer with the mobile game, because you can play with somebody. It's not like, back in the day, it was cool to play Diablo in like arena-based games, or arena-based RPGs where it's kind of repetitious because they made the world smaller, tighter, the game was shorter, so you would burn through it. Now they making the world bigger, and the fact that IDOS listened to us and that was just last year, last year, and they probably had already decided, okay, we're gonna do one single player and one multiplayer. So something tells me that they plan for Avengers, and I feel like Avengers didn't get beat up as much as, say, a Cyberpunk, because they kind of had planned for this to happen. Because like Fallout 76, way better than it was when it launched. They planned for that to happen. Same thing happened with Elder Scrolls. So now I feel like it's a good time. I asked L, shout out to L. You gotta send me them clips, L, so I can put them on the end of the show. Because I had my Jadal shirt on earlier, but I hung it up. But
speaking of Madden, they just released the cover this morning.
Who is it?
And it's Brady and Mahomes that's on the cover.
Oh, they going back to
Brady and Mahomes
covers. Okay, that's dope. They did the other ones like that. They knew NHL like that, but they did UFC.
However, there is a problem. The MVP edition cover does not have Aaron Rodgers on it because they don't fucking know what team he gonna be on, and they don't want to try to have to hurry up and change that shit.
Well, I mean, in the MVP edition, for real, like it don't.
I mean, let's be real. I mean, they MVP limited edition is always the same shit. You get what's name? You get a couple All-Stars, a couple other extra characters, and you get what's name? Like extra shit for Madden Ultimate Team. That's about it.
But see, that's my thing, is like,
so that all being said, it's not much.
I hate where we at with collector's editions now, except Nintendo, hats off to y'all. Y'all know what y'all doing. Limited run. If I had I got the money, but I'm about to, when I hit this convention, Lord willing, everything goes according to plan. They got the Godzilla store, the Godzilla Toho store coming to it, and I forget the name of it, but we're gonna shout y'all out on the next episode. Get ready to see if we can get some, we'll never mind. Let me shut up. I don't want to mess it up.
But all in all, I mean,
y'all kind of felt it. Like we came in here and I knew it was gonna be this type of episode, because like it just broke. It's like your first girl that you broke up with, and it took you a long time to get over her.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about E3 right now.
E3 to me feels more like that girlfriend that's like, why I break up with you again? And then it's like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, but I clearly see why we broke up.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, E3 this year was just outside of the big two, extremely middle of the pack.
Yeah, facts.
Like if Xbox and Nintendo had decided to just completely, shit the bed this year, this would have been the worst E3 I would have had the privilege of watching.
Mm-hmm. I think they paid them a boatload of money to stay.
Yeah, and for some of them, they was like, it ain't about the money.
It's about the legacy of this show. Like I
And
think that's what it was.
some of them, you could tell they took the money and ran. Like Nintendo was like, it ain't about the money.
Matter of fact,
Microsoft, it
y'all
ain't about
keep
the
it.
money. Sony was like,
Yeah, we ain't
looked
never
over
coming
it.
back.
Look at Jeff Keighley. How much you paying me? All right, I'll be over there in 20 minutes. And they fucking left.
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, Jeff Keighley helped pack him up and get him up out of there.
Yeah, he was like that abusive boyfriend and fucking Medea's family. Looking like a blur in the way. Are you on leave? Oh, I know what it is. You need some help. Let me help you. Help you pack up all your shit and then help you get the fuck out.
Dang, yeah. But in the middle of all this, man, Trina and Eve did their verses, and it turned out pretty good. I didn't watch it, but I seen the highlights, and it looked pretty good. I mean, I didn't think that was a good matchup for them. I felt like maybe Trina and maybe Nikki.
No.
No, I was gonna say because Eve could have went with Foxy Brown, and then
Eve,
Lil
Eve
Kim and Missy could have did one.
no, you would have just had them like team up together.
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to put them because
That
they're so different. Like everybody, all the
yeah,
girls of that
but
era.
Missy Elliott can make any show work.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's kind of hard to put her against somebody, and that's why I said Lil Kim versus Missy because um you had both of them had they're similar but different enough, but they both got hits that they could do that can like lean off of each other. Whereas Eve and Trina is too different, so that's why I was saying Trina and Nikki because they got records that they can easily blend into.
Yeah.
They got kind of similar stats. Nikki kind of went a little past farther than Trina, but Trina and Nikki is more on brand than I feel like Eve and Trina. But I guess they wanted to keep Nikki and Lil Kim on the because see if they could do that, if Swiss and Timberland can do Lil Kim and Nikki, that's probably gonna be the most viewed versus. Period. Get
Yeah.
them to do a Jeezy and Gucci.
Yeah, that'll be it.
That'll be it. You can close out the next season with or open the next season with that. And that's what I feel like they need to do. They need to come out and hug it out and dead that. And then well, we're gonna have to wait a few more years for Cardi and Megan, but that'll probably be the next verses that I would say female wise to do. Other than like I said, now I don't know who you're gonna have against like Foxy, maybe the Brat.
Yeah. Actually, that would be good.
Yeah. So, I'm trying to think. I mean, hopefully they could do Bone Thugs and 3 6 Mafia, and they could get that right.
Yeah.
I want to see Dre and Diddy, and hopefully when they open everything back up, they can sell tickets for that because I will fly into LA And I
Jodeci
would
versus
go,
Boys to Man.
yeah, but we gotta get, Joe. We gotta get JoJo off of that crack, man. We gotta get him off that.
Yeah.
Keep him off that crack, and we just gotta keep him off that crack. Like we can't have him out here on that stuff now.
Yeah.
Um, I would like to see. Actually, no, I would like to see New Edition in Boys to Men. We need to get all of them. We need to get New Edition with maybe some trainers. Ralph
Yeah.
needs to go ahead and break bread and do the right thing by his brothers. And there we go. Like that would be another big one. But that happened. Migos came out, did they thing. I'm liking the CD so far. I don't know if you heard of Serizaku, but I liked it.
I heard a little bit of it.
Yeah, they really came back and shut everybody up. You know. What else happened? Oh, well, Carmelo and Lala is no more. So, but
Hey, that's the way it
too
goes
late.
sometimes.
Too late. She should have did this a couple months ago when we was both. Well, one of us was off the market. It's almost like they're looking at our Instagrams and Facebooks. Cause I've been waiting for that for a long time. But anyway, um, man, he messed up. Now
Yeah.
normally we get on the woman and say that she messed up, like Gary Owens' wife, but he messed up.
Yeah.
It's like he messed up, you know. So they saying that Drake is waiting for Kendrick, and Kendrick is waiting for Drake, and one of them gonna have to budge. So who gonna come out this summer? Kendrick need to come out because it's been too long.
Yeah.
Like, and Drake said he coming for the summer. So I'd hate that they sit up here trying to get out each other's way, but I get it. But then again, Kendrick is so low key and modest with his money that he don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, and Drake don't need it either because he's been diversified his portfolio. So it's like it's really no point. But I mean, he showed the inside of the plane. Serizaku, that got me more motivated than anything. They don't even make Boeing 747s like that no more in America. Them's like they trying to roll them back out because them the same ones that TWA had back in the day.
Yeah.
So, and the fact that he got all like his cars and everything on there too, like I heard it was a basketball court on there too.
Mm.
Bedrooms, all that. So yeah, but it's another classic one, man. I mean, it was kind of bittersweet because they was playing with us this week, but I'm excited. I'm glad that I'm just looking for Xbox. Just looking for
Yeah.
Xbox at this point, and maybe a mid-tier gaming PC to start streaming these Nintendo games. I still got to beat Breath of the Wild, um, but yeah, it's looking real good. I mean, we'll just see what next week has in store. If Sony can come with it, they gonna have to.
I don't know, but maybe Monday they're just gonna go like Two Face of Batman Forever. Let's start this party with a bang.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, they gonna have to come like for real. They gonna have to God of War gonna have to be front and center,
Mm-hmm.
and Horizon. We're gonna have to see some more stuff with Horizon. We're gonna have to see Gran Turismo. We're gonna have to see what else they got coming. If they got the Last of Us remake coming, if they got the Metal Gear remake coming. And I understand the Last of Us remake if they gonna remake it more in line with the show, and they're gonna remake both of the games with the show, and the show might go into a different direction. So it's kind of like Walking Dead, where you got the Walking Dead, the comics, then you got the Walking Dead, the game, then you got the Walking Dead, the show. So
Yeah.
but we shall see, and only time will tell. Um, or maybe we get some more with Joel on the front end of that remake, and then they remake, and so it makes it a longer game, or they can come and they can put all of them in one game, which I would love. I mean, 20 hour, like we got the prequel, we got the remaster, and we got part two all rolled into one,
Yeah.
and then maybe a little epilogue at the very end. And that last thing, that Titans, I got to catch up on that too, cause they bringing Red Hood in
Yeah, dude, that
and
was coming.
Joker. Like, it's getting real over there, man. Yeah, in a couple weeks we got. I forgot to tell you. And I'm sorry, y'all. My patronies, I'm gonna have to make it up to y'all. But the Hitman's Bodyguard's Wife, go see that. We're gonna have to. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we're gonna have to coordinate this for next weekend. Serizaku for Fast 9, because I gotta go find Fast 8, and then we gotta see it in IMAX because of that Jurassic World Dominion trailer.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, because I think they're gonna show the first one of the scenes or whatever from it. Maybe
5
the
minutes or
first
something.
scene. Yeah, so that'll be nice. Then next month we're gonna be back here for Black Widow.
Yeah, I heard the reviews got out there today on it, and they said it's good.
Well, I'm hoping it is. I'm a Taskmaster fan. Maybe her sister's gonna take the mantle. Maybe maybe they find a way now that Loki and that we can start multiversing this thing,
Mm-hmm.
and we shall see. But Serizaku, man, I gotta thank you, bro, for coming on.
No problemo.
Uh oh, big news, real quick. One more thing. Juneteenth is now a national federal holiday. So if you don't get it this year, ladies and gentlemen, you gonna get it next year. So yeah. Appreciate y'all for coming out every week, man. Like I said, Serizaku, I appreciate you. Shout out to Breezy.
No
Shout
problemo.
shout out to CMW Hayes, You Ain't Lying podcast. Y'all check that last episode out. It was a banger. It's going viral. Um, Shout out to Darius over at Mike Check Global. That them interviews still going viral. Still, I I can't even understand why. But I appreciate y'all, man, and I'm about to start reaching out, start working on trying to get some more for y'all, man. And um, just started Fortnite, the new season with Rick and Superman, and I got my Patreon people. I told y'all we was gonna be talking about Venom 200, so I got Venom 200. So, and I got
Nice.
the variant cover. And what else? The Fortnite series, when it's over with, we'll talk about it. And I think this is the last Heroes Reborn, so I'm gonna sit down and read that, and maybe I'll get the one shots for that. But they getting ready to do Heroes Return, which I don't know if some of it's gonna start to bleed over into the main Marvel universe, but we shall see. It's looking like that. Like it's kind of like Ultimate's done right from so far from what I've seen, but I have not read it because I wanted to collect the single issues. Because me, the collector in me is like, yeah, I can get a trade of this, but if it ends up being something, who knows? So, and I got Static Shock for y'all too. So it's a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff. We're doing a lot of work behind the scenes. Serizaku, I know is gearing up to come back. So, and we already told y'all once Fire Pro Wrestling comes on, y'all gonna start hearing me over there. I mean, well, that's up to you, Serizaku. I ain't gonna joke for him. Like you over.
We definitely gonna have you on some shows.
Yeah. So, and if anybody want to hire us for commentary events, just call. Okay, well, y'all know where to hit us up at. But anyway, it's Beatz and Bitz podcast. We'll see y'all next week. We out. Peace.
Hit me up, little shawty, hit me up. Hit me up, little shawty, hit me up.